All right, what's up, guys? Well, just another day at the pool, at the club.
What did you take away from Saturday on the offensive side?
Well, there was, it's like every scrimmage. I mean, 40-some years of seeing scrimmages, and then, they just repeat themselves. They're good and they're bad. You have to remember you played 56 different guys play. So, I mean, there's not going to be a lot of, good cohesiveness when you play that many guys. The positives were that offensively we started really well. The first drive we kind of self-destructed a little bit, but we still moved the ball from the 22 and moved the other team back to the 12-yard line. So, in a game, that's still the positive that you took the ball from the 22 and they get it on the 12. Now, when you're playing each other like that, the unfortunate part is the twos moved the ball all the way back down to across the 50 and then punted us to the 1-yard line. So we went 99 yards and scored. You got to feel pretty good about that because that's hard to do anytime, much less the 10th day of practice, to go 99 yards. That's a great drive. The next drive, we moved it a little bit, and then the ones got it on the 3. There was probably a couple bad words came out of my mouth then, like we need to catch those punts better or something, And we went and we scored again. And so, thought, wow, it's good. So those were positives. We started good. I thought the running backs did a really nice job. It was good to see Raji Harris back out there. He popped first run for 10 yards, and he popped another one for about 30 yards. So, it's like, all right, that was a good feeling. We got Raji back, you know what I'm saying? I thought Javius Bond at the end of the scrimmage was the one guy playing full speed. Nobody could tag him out there, too. So those were real positives. The negatives, or they're always negatives, was from about play 60 to play 90. We must have sold out to gamblers or something out there. I don't know what happened. We were shaving points, and all of a sudden we couldn't get a snap. All right, so you can't be a shotgun offense and not be able to snap the ball and catch it. We literally snapped 2 of them to the running back. Okay, which was not by design. It looked pretty good, one of them did, but we might want to put that in. But we didn't mean to do that, so we weren't ready for that. And so we just kind of self-destructed, and we turned it over a bunch in there because I thought the quarterbacks then pressed because we were in long yardage, and you got to play the game not to get beat yourself first. So we got some growing up to do there, and that was disappointing. So we addressed that really hard. So that was probably a long answer for what you asked, but there was good, there was bad. The heat jumped on them really bad. But on one hand, that was a positive because we needed to get ourselves in that and find out. We probably a little too comfortable with the way the weather had been. Our kids were probably thinking, yeah, we're in pretty good shape. And then Saturday, they were like, wow, I forgot about August and September around here.
Where do you think Mason is at this point? Also, Flynn,
Well, Mason came in just really better than I actually expected, and I expect a lot of him. Really, I was kind of like, wow, okay, he's had a good summer. He's in a good place. He's ready to go. I thought Saturday the reality hit a little bit, in the middle of that game with him pressing a little bit. We didn't throw the ball as well as I would like to have thrown the ball. We ran the ball much better, which, don't care which way we do it. Flynn was the opposite of that, to be honest with you. Flynn kind of came in, and I had to kind of bring him in and say, all right, the other Flynn is back. Where was the Flynn that, was here in the spring? And I thought the other Flynn came back. He showed back up. And then I thought Flynn had a really good day today, and there probably wasn't, but maybe 2 or 3 guys had a very good day today. He would have been one of them. So it's a good feeling. I know everybody wants to talk about it, make it into a big deal, and I get that. The other good part is that Raheem has really come on. So you never have too many, because you're one play away from one guy being down. And I think it's a comforting feeling in knowing that you don't have to put everything on a new starter. There are some other people too. So if anything, the strength of the offense, because we are so new, we're not necessarily young, but we're new. The offensive staff is all new together too, really. The strength is that we have numbers. And that's the first time we've had that since we've gotten here. There are other people. If you don't have a good day, there are other, there are pinch hitters. There are other people we can put in.
A week or so ago, coaches were saying the receivers weren't necessarily playing one position on the field.
Yeah.
Is that still kind of the case, or is this guy?
Yeah, a little bit more. We're going to have to get away from that a little bit. We've had quite a few soft tissue injuries with the receivers, and that's the ones that get it because they have to run so much. And Chase Sowell has not been there very much. Ryan King obviously has been out. Today was his first day without a red shirt on out there. Keelan Robinson has been out, tried to play a little bit Saturday, tightened back up again. So we have tried to just figure out, if we were playing this week, who would play. So we have rotated them at different positions. I think in the end, it makes them better because they understand the whole concept, and you run this route better because you understand why you have to be here because another route's coming that way, and you understand the timing of it, and because you have to be open on time. You can't just be open before the quarterback's ready to throw you the ball. So there's a lot of stuff to playing wide receiver. I think they gain that knowledge and they get better in the end, but they suffer sometimes in it. We make more mistakes. Because literally, you can't comprehend. How could you not realize which receiver you were? But they do get confused sometimes. So we've had more mental mistakes by doing it that way. But it's kind of the philosophy that we've always had offensively wherever I've been. It's kind of the whole part and then back to whole again. So we kind of throw it all at them at the beginning. It's like drinking water through a fire hose that first week. We install pretty much the entire offense. And with our defense, they put a lot of defense in. So, the numbers 11 on 11 are endless. You know what I'm saying? How many different ways a formation versus a defense can look and what can happen out there. Then you kind of come back and you concentrate on, the parts and how you get better and what you do. And this is probably what we're going to really settle in and do. And then you kind of come back and go the whole part of it again, too. So that's kind of where we're at 3 weeks away from it right now. You hope by next week you're probably running less different formations, less different plays, kind of settling into, who are the players. Like, there's been some guys like Jari Patterson that has really, really had a great time. And we tried to get him the ball Saturday, and that was a good move. And so we came back in and said, let's get him the ball even more. Let's find more ways. So we're starting to figure out who we are, even though there's some still parts like Keelan and Chase that I've seen what they can do, and it's a long year. Sometimes the guys are just maybe they don't do it early in the year, can still be the guys doing it later in the year, and those are pretty valuable. So we don't throw them away. We keep working with them.
The backs and, Josiah, Kerry, and you mentioned Jari, Spalding seems
Yeah.
like it can't be. You feel like finding those playmakers, and then now it's about, hey, how do we get all these guys?
I think that's exactly what it is that and spring ball is one thing, but spring ball is a whole different sport than the fall. All my many years, and as a player, I remember people doing good in the spring, when it's just a little bit more low-key, and then when it comes to fall, everything's a little more intense, and you find out who's really going to be the guy. And that's probably been the big question because, we've lost a lot of production. An 88 catch guy, 60-some catch guy, 40-some catch guy, so you're thinking now, we moved CJ inside last year. That was a strategy because we said, all right, if we put him in here, these are the things we do. These are the formations we run. These are the plays we call. This is how he'll get the ball. We knew Isaiah, get it to CJ. We knew was that little running back? We had a little running back or something. He was pretty good. We gave it to him some too. And now going into after the spring, we didn't have everybody there. So, still you don't want to close the door and say, all right, here's what we're doing. Here's what we're going to do. Let's wait and see what these guys can do. And now 10, 11 practices into it, we really last night we sat around and I said, if I'm drafting and I'm saying, all right, who am I going to get the ball to? I could list here. So now you're saying, all right, well, we'll probably won't use this formation. We'll use this formation to run this play out of because I want him to be here and there and all that. So, all right. That was bored, I'm sure.
Shane Calhoun on Saturday sounded
Yes.
like a coach when he told us. He said there was a lot to clean up. He was disappointed. Like, you always like that when a veteran like that.
When it gets to be the fall, I obviously kind of shut down most of my dealings with the outside world because, Mac Brown taught me this when I was a GA. He's like, don't ever read, or listen to what they say, because if they say bad things, it'll piss you off. If they say good things, it'll ruin you, make you think you're better than you are. So you better just probably know the difference when you do good, when you do bad, and we do. We do good, we do bad, just like everybody in the world does at everything they do. And so, but I did listen to Shane and I listened to Tegan, and I was a proud parent. We got good young men. This is a good place. This is why I love this place. I was very proud of the way they handled themselves, because there's a lot of pressure on that at that age. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are intimidating guys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are famous. Y'all are celebrity type guys, and that's intimidating. But really, sometimes, because you say something and you go, I wish they wouldn't have said that, or I didn't mean it that way. But they handled themselves well, and you can tell Shane's been here. He's watched a lot of interviews. I guess he's done a lot now, because he did. He had the coach speak down pretty good. But he was right. And I think I was in the press box, so by the time I got down, Coach Houston had already talked to the team. And he's usually pretty much on it, because he's back watching and he has no bias, really toward it. So he knows what happened. And I think he might have told them that, but it got sloppy in the middle. Like I say, when we watched the tape, we literally went back and watched it twice, okay, watched it with the players, came back as a staff, watched it again last night, and analyzed it and tried to get it down to, what was the problem. Like, one of the problems was third down. And then it's because it was 3rd and 15, it was 3rd and 12, it was 3rd and 14. Well, nobody's going to make a lot of those, okay? So now, that's not the real problem. The real problem was, how did we get in that situation? Illegal procedure. We had receivers watching the quarterback, trying to draw the defense off sides, and he's drawing the receivers off sides, okay, a little bad snaps, stuff like that, penalties. So we were figuring out those problems. And then we got to the deal, and we got back, we said, from play 60 to play 90, boy, that was a nightmare. What in the world was going on right there? If you could have took those out, and you can't, you'd have said, we probably felt pretty good. And I don't know if that's good or not, though. I don't know if you want to feel good after the first scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? If one team side does too good, the other team must be bad, because I don't believe it means you're that good. But, yeah, proud of Shane and all the guys. I'm sure there were some other guys. I just didn't see them.
Offensive line, you mentioned the moving parts, so y'all moved some guys around there. Timing, combination.
That has been a really a lot of work, because, again, new guys coming in. I think today we probably lined up pretty close to what I think we'll line up in. We did get the one Owen Murphy got banged up, but we got good news on that. He'll be back probably sometime during the early part of the season. He'll miss the beginning of it, and that factors into a little bit of it. But, you can't really expect probably to have 10. You'd like to. That's a dream. We're going to have first team, second team, all line. I don't know. I don't know if Alabama plays 10 of them or not. You know what I'm saying? They might, what I'm saying. But we're hoping to get like 8. You'd like to get 2 and a spare, we say. Sometimes you get 3 tackles, so you have to play the backup to the right, you have to play the backup to the left. It's hard to have 4 good enough. But at this time of year, you want to do that. You want to give everybody a deal. But Coach Moe's done a great job, but he's moved them around every which way. In the end, that's going to make them better, because the right tackle is going to understand what the guard's doing and how they're going to work together better. You go to the other side, you're going to understand what's going on the back side of that play. But when you're doing it that much and moving people around, you suffer, too. So, again, the good news was when we left here last night, we said, hey, we got 3 weeks. We got 3 weeks. Now it'll go, whew, like that, and all of a sudden we'll look up, too. But we got time to get that fixed. But, you get in a game, sometimes you just got to move people around. Anyhow, so it's good for them.
Anything else for Coach?
All right, guys. Y'all have a good day.